Hey guys, welcome back to the Book Vandal Shop. Today we're going to talk about printers, paper, and digitals. I get a lot of questions about what paper I use to print my digitals on and what kind of printer I have. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today. And I just want to say up front that if it was not for Artie Mays, Andrea Allen, and a few of the other subbies I have here on my channel, I would not have a clue about what I'm doing here. Okay, so when I first got my Epson printer, I was not getting the quality from it that I was looking for or that I had hoped for. And it took some of you guys, and especially it took Artie Mays, helping me figure out my settings, but more importantly, the paper I was using was what it came down to. So let's jump into that. First off, my printer is an Epson ET2650. I'm not sure if this model is even around or if this is the one that's replaced now by the 2700 series. But this is one of the lower end Epson EcoTank models. It's in the 2000 series. I know they have a 3000 series and a 4000 series, and of course the cost goes up on those. Now this prints fabulously, and so it is the 2000 series is a perfectly good model to use in your paper crafting. Ink, it doesn't use it. I mean, it lasts and lasts and lasts and lasts and lasts. So yes, this printer at first is going to cost a little more than, your $50 printer that you get at Walmart. But those cartridges, you can't even hardly get a digital kit printed out of the thing before you have to change a cartridge again. You can go with the HP program, the Insta Ink, where it keeps you stocked up on ink all the time, and that's the way to go if you're going to use one of those printers. But I love this printer, so I'm just going to say that right off the bat. Now, paper. This is the only paper I use now. Only paper, and I'm going to show you why. So, this is the Epson brand premium presentation paper in the matte finish. Now, notice I have two boxes of it here, and they do look the same, nearly identical. They have the same cover on them, and I wish they wouldn't do that. Because it's confusing, and I did get confused at first when I first started using this paper. I had purchased this one, and I thought, why am I not getting the quality out of this paper? I just don't understand. I pull it out of the box, I shove it in the printer, I hit print, I'm doing what they tell me, and my stuff looks like crap. Well, I didn't realize that this paper is a single-sided paper. So notice over here, this one is double-sided. This one is single-sided. It doesn't say that, but that's what it is. And that's what I was doing. I wasn't paying attention to which side I was putting into the printer for it to print on. And so I was getting these grungy, dingy prints and just couldn't figure it out. Now I'm going to show you some examples. This is gorgeous. Isn't this gorgeous? Let me hold it up. Look at the details in that. Okay, and that is printed using this Epson paper. So really, honestly, I think more importantly than the printer you're using is use a good paper. That's going to make the biggest difference. Okay, here, let me pull this blue up here so you can see the. If you can get it to come into focus, I really want you to see the details in that flower there. There we go. I think I got it in. Okay, so this is Victoria Designs. I'll put her link below. I use a lot of her digitals. But I have these labeled here. Bear with me a moment. Yep, I don't want to show that one yet. This is the one. Okay, so I got what I thought was just dingy quality. And it may look great to you, but to me it wasn't looking any better than my laser printer was spitting out. And I was expecting this kind of quality and getting the one on the right, and that's because I was putting my paper in backwards. So, and it may not pick it up on camera quite as nicely. Okay, but the one on the top is actually printed on the back side of a single-sided paper. Okay, so it is a little dingier, a little grainier. Let's see if I can get the purple flowers to show the difference. And it may not be picking this up on the camera at all, but there is a huge difference between the two of these as far as quality goes. And so that was what I was initially doing wrong when I got this printer, was putting my paper in backwards. Okay, so this is a single-sided paper. The back side here, or I should say the front side, is what I should have printed on. Now I did this just for an example for you. These are double-sided papers that I used, and so I'm getting gorgeous quality on both sides of the paper. So lesson learned there. Now I own both kinds, and I'll tell you why. When I am printing things like pockets, okay, that I don't need to see the back side of, I'm going to have it glued down, I'm never going to be looking at the back of it, I use the single-sided paper. It is a little bit cheaper. Depending on where you buy it, sometimes it's a lot cheaper. So use the single-sided paper for things like pockets and things you're going to cut out and glue down. Use the double-sided paper for when you're going to be doing pages and you want both sides to show, or you're going to be doing tags and you want both sides to show. Okay, so that's the difference in that. Now, how do you tell on your single-sided paper which side to print on? And I would have known this at the very beginning when I first started using this paper if I had pulled out the entire stack, and of course I've probably already taken it out and thrown it away now. There was an little instruction booklet in my paper that I didn't realize. I didn't even read it. It was paper. I didn't think I needed instructions for paper. But like I said, I didn't realize it was single-sided paper. But it tells you in your instructions to print on the side that is a brighter white. Sometimes that's easier said than done, depending on your lighting in your room. Sometimes it's a little hard to tell. So what I do with my single-sided paper every single time is I get out 2 sheets and I compare one side to the other so that I can see which side I need to print on. And like I said, I don't know if this camera is going to be picking up the color difference, but this is the side I need to print on, not this one. And they say use the brighter white side to print on. To me, and I may be a little color deficient, I don't know, to me it almost looks a little bit grayer, and that is the one you print on. And also, if you are very sensitive to the way things feel, you can almost feel it. The side you need to print on is a little rougher feeling, I guess, almost. It's kind of grainy feeling. And the side that you don't print on is really slick compared to it. So that's how you tell which side to print on for your single-sided paper. And then, of course, you have your double-sided paper, and you can print on both sides of it. So I hope that clarifies some things for you about what printer do I have and what paper do I use to print my digitals. One more thing on these 2 papers real quick. I often get asked what pound of paper I'm printing on. The single-sided paper is a 44 pound or 165 GSM, okay? And the double-sided paper is a little bit heavier. It's a 48 pound and 179 GSM. It's really honestly about the perfect weight for both pages and embellishments. It works great all across the board for that. If you are leery when you're ordering this paper, the numbers are slightly different. The number ending in 180 is the single-sided, and the 568 is your double-sided paper. Okay, so I hope that helps with that. Where do I get my paper? You can get this from Amazon. You can get this at your local office supply store like Staples, Office Max, Office Depot, all of those. Although I have found that it is ridiculously expensive to buy this at those office stores. Sometimes they'll run a coupon where you can buy one, get one free. It just depends on where you're at. And I'm not going to get into what this paper costs, because depending on where you're at in this country or anywhere in the world, your price is going to be different. Okay, so I'm not even going to get into what it costs, but just know that a lot of times the office supply stores are a lot more expensive. So Google online this paper, okay, before you buy it, and see where it's the cheapest, because a lot of times when you Google this in fact, let me do that. Okay, let me pull up my web browser. Okay, and I'm just going to type in Epson Premium, and there I've already typed it before, presentation paper matte, M-A-T-T-E, and when I hit enter, okay, over here to the right hand side, see if I can zoom that in a little bit, you will get some ads for who has that paper right now. So right now it says $18.99 for that package at Office Depot. This one says $14.99 on Amazon. Okay, and Carly, no. So you just check out the ads and run through your screen and see who has it and what price they have it for before you just buy it. Now this company right here, BHPhotoVideo.com, BHPhotoVideo.com, I order paper from them quite a bit because they are almost always cheaper than everybody else. Now I don't know whether or not they do worldwide shipping, okay, but you can see here, this is the double-sided paper, and they have it right now $7.99. $7.99. That's like, what, half the cost of what it said over here from the other companies? Let's see if we can pull it up again. Yeah, they want $18.99 for that pack of paper. Amazon has $14.99, okay? So $7.99. So this is the place I usually end up buying it, and I'll put their link below as well. Okay, this is the, let's see, that one is just regular presentation paper. Might have clicked on the wrong one, but anyway, but yeah, BHPhotoVideo.com. Okay, so like I said, right now it's $7.99, so good deal. Okay, I'm rambling. This has gone on long enough, and the little puppy thinks she needs to go outside again. So I'm going to let you guys go and get back to my cup of coffee. So I hope that answers some questions for you. Let me know if you still have some questions. If you have more questions about the printer in general, I'm not real tech savvy, but I will try. And then I do have a video here on my channel of unboxing this printer and getting it all set up and putting the ink in it and all of that. So you're welcome to check that video out if you've got some questions about that before you buy one. Okay, thanks for joining me today, guys. I will see you in the next video. Be well, happy crafting. Bye-bye.